Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. So if y'all watched the previous video, you see that we came on in, guys, and terminate the cover crop that we had on this bed right here. So one of the things that we're going to talk about real quick, guys, which is one of those things that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while. Okay, so I am actually coming in here right now to pretty much cultivate this bed. But before I cultivate this bed here, guys, one of the things we're going to talk about is amendment. Okay, you need to amend your soil. All right, because when you amend your soil, what you are doing, you are pretty much putting back more life into the soil. Okay, because you have to remember, in the dirt, you have your microbes, microorganism, and all the different kind of stuff that makes that web in the soil to help your plants to strive, guys. And so that is the reason why when I come on in here to amend my beds, I don't use any synthetic fertilizer. What I simply use is that good old chicken manure, guys. All right, it is one of the best things that you can actually use inside of your bed to amend your soil. Now this chicken manure right here, it is loaded with a lot of nitrogen, also have some potassium and also phosphorus inside of this chicken manure right here, guys, and all the other different stuff that your plants may need. Now this is actually coming from a layer house, and so there is actually quite a bit of eggshells in this manure right here, guys. You cannot really see them because the eggshells is pretty much in a pretty small particle, if I say to speak. Some of them is a bit big, but guys, you think about it, you come on in here and spread all this manure out inside of this plot right here, guys, and pretty much go ahead and cultivate it in. You are feeding your soil. All right, so what I'm actually going to go ahead and do right now, and pretty much when I come on in to broadcast this chicken manure out in the garden, pretty much what I'm doing here is just pretty much go ahead and toss it out just like that right there, guys. All right, and so I'm pretty much covering this whole entire bed right here with chicken manure. And it's one of those things there, guys, where I don't want to sound like a salesperson, but I am actually going to say, if you do this right here, I guarantee you, guys, don't want to sound like a salesman out here in the garden, but I guarantee you that you will have great yield inside of your garden. Now, if y'all been watching our videos over the years, you see how things grow here inside of the garden. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that everything that I grow inside of my garden just strive, guys. I'm not going to say that, okay? And I'll just kind of touch on just a little bit. When I was a little boy back home in Jamaica, guys, I remember going to the caves. Yes, I remember going to the caves where you have billions of bats, a whole bunch of bats. And when you go inside those caves and you look up, you see the bats hanging upside down. Yes, we actually used to go up into the caves and collect the bat droppings, guys, and the farmers, they would use that. Now, when we go in there, it's actually pretty much a strong ammonia smell from, you know, the bat poop and the pee and all that different kind of stuff. And even sometime back home, what the bats would also do, they would take up shop in the roof of people's houses. And I remember one time they was redoing a house, and I went up there and collect bat manure, guys. Yes, and so organic fertilizer has been going on for centuries, guys. This is what farmers probably back in the days used to use to fertilize their garden. Okay, and so here I am today doing the same thing, right? So just go ahead and stay tuned. Let me go ahead and get this right here broadcasted out inside of this bed, and I will take you all on the next step, guys. So stay tuned, all right? And also, guys, another thing is, if you're not able to get chicken manure like this right here, you can go to your local box store, and they got the gardener tone, which is also chicken manure, and you can go ahead and use that as well. So there's pretty quite a bit of organic fertilizers out there that you can use. And so, like I said, if you can't get your hands on this, you can use that as well. All right. And so even with this manure that I'm using, what this is going to also do for me, guys, because of the wood chips that is in here, the organic matter that is in here, it's only going to improve your soil over a period of time, guys. It's going to build that soil so much to where that it's going to be real good. Okay. And what I mean by real good, like I states, all the microbes and different stuff will be feeding from the manure over a period of time. Now, what I am going to go ahead and do now is jump on the rototiller, guys, and I'm going to cultivate this and mix it all into the soil. All right, so come on along and let's go. Guys, and that is it right there. As y'all can see, This bed is well cultivated. Now, usually what I would do, I would leave this bed just like it is for about a week to let it go ahead and air out, guys. But what I am going to go ahead and do is tomorrow I'm going to come on in and make these rows and then leave it for a week to let it air out. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because this weather has been so crazy. I don't want it to go ahead and get wet, because if it gets wet, then I am going to have to come back on in and cultivate it all over again. And I don't want to have to do that, guys. All right, so that is why I'm going to make the rows and just let it air out that way. Now, as I was going on through, as y'all can see, we have the beets. You can see a few beets still up. Excuse me, y'all. They look like beets, don't they? I'm sorry. So as y'all can see, there are some of the turnips still on top. Some of them is still somewhat, cut up by the lawnmower and also by the tiller, guys. All right, I'm not going to worry about that at all. I'm just going to come on in and make the rows, and wherever they lay, that's where they may be forever until they break down. All right, now what I want to go ahead and do is just go over a quick little tip real quick, guys, because I know a lot of you all out there are starting to get into gardening, and a couple of things I want y'all to kind of note whenever y'all get ready to cultivate your ground. Now, if y'all notice, when I was cultivating, y'all did not see a whole bunch of dust everywhere. You don't want that whenever you're cultivating your ground, guys, because if the ground is too dry, whenever you come on in to cultivate, you're going to somewhat kind of way damage your soil a little bit. All right, now you don't want to even cultivate it when it is too wet. Okay, you don't want to do that. If you cultivate this soil while it's too wet, what is going to happen when it dries out, it's going to be like a brick. All right, and you don't want that. You want it right at that real nice medium, guys, where that it's right in between. It is just right with the dryness, and it is just right with the amount of moisture in the dirt. All right, so I pray that I was a bit clear while I was explaining that. Okay, so you don't want to till it when it's a whole bunch of dust everywhere. If that's the case, you want to go ahead and come on in and water that spot first. You want to go ahead, get it wet, let it get a good soak. Like I say, you don't want it too wet, but you want it right at that good medium. All right, so that is one of the things to note whenever you are coming in to cultivate your dirt, guys. All right, so as y'all can see, it don't look like it did when we first started, and that is a good thing. So what I want y'all to go ahead and do as well is just to stay tuned for tomorrow when I come on in to make those rows, guys. Now, if y'all notice, and I'm pretty sure y'all notice if y'all are following us, that I am constructing my rows a bit different this year. Now, what I want y'all to go ahead and do is stick with me with that process, because there is going to be a whole lot of different little transformation in the garden, guys. And as I go, I'm going to explain why I am doing it this way. All right, so nonetheless, guys, I pray y'all took something away from this video right here. And I am also praying that you all are getting outside and getting in the dirt. Go get your hands dirty, guys. Grow some food, y'all. Get out there and grow something. All right. So nonetheless, like you always know, I'm going to tell you, keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be cheerful, guys, and you all be blessed. Thanks for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Have a blessed day.